Hello everyone, it's Caleb at homeschool-curriculum.org, and this is the reflections video. It wouldn't be the end of a year without going through a backward pass or taking a look at what you did over the year. I tell you, somewhere I think in the beginning, springtime of this year, somebody said, how's it going? I think they probably said, how's business or how's life or something like that. And finally, after these years of recession and up and down, I could actually kind of smile, almost with a little tear or something, and say, it's the best year we've had in a very, very long time. But there were some really great victories. Educationally, our 7-year-old, it was so much fun to watch him learn to read this year. That kind of voracious appetite that they develop when they move off of picture books. I mean, they still want books with pictures in them, but into the chapter books and just whipping through these books in an hour or two, say, look what I read, and then just picking up the next thing and the next thing. You can't have enough books around the house, can you? And it's so much fun to watch just that evolution. For those of you with older children, you probably remember that. And then even as the older children discover different books that they enjoy reading, what they dig into. Another thing I loved, or that we enjoyed anyways, were during our summer travels, my 7-year-old, or actually he was 6 at the time, we just took it easy and we were able to work on our math for the upcoming year. And really, we were using Khan Academy. We went through 80% of the 3rd grade level. In fact, I tell you, think about this 80% number. The year kind of felt like an 80% year. Because as we moved through some of our projects, we were able to complete a lot of them. We realized we started some new ones. For instance, in business, we had a nice year. We were able to sell one of the businesses. We were able to actually complete a house flip that we were doing. It didn't flop, so we were doing pretty well on that. But then we also opened up a couple other projects. I'm sure my wife would accuse me of replacing a project every time I close one up and moving on to it. But what I saw also is I was able to make a renewed commitment to this site and delivering some of the information I've learned and the content that we have and some of the great things that we see happening in the homeschool space with people like you that are subscribing to the emails and watching the videos. So that's been really exciting and enjoyable for me. Now, as I look at my notes here, the third area that we enjoyed or that we reflect upon was personally. We traveled a lot this year, almost too much, I think. And in one of those situations, we were traveling, we're in a pretty remote area. We had to call the trip short. We just said, this isn't for us. There were a variety of reasons. Maybe sometime I'll share the story. But we just said, let's just stop this vacation. It doesn't feel right. We're not really enjoying it as much. And we turned around and did something completely different and made a really great time of the final month or so of this long trip. Over the summer, we traveled again for a long time and extensively, and we realized then that maybe we're traveling for the wrong reasons. It started out for the right reasons, but we've learned that in the future, we want to travel more of a purpose or intention in mind. That might be an intention of service or an intention of learning, but really these long trips of travel just for travel's sake, that's something we learned that it's probably not for us anymore. So in some ways we feel like we're only maybe halfway through the journey or 80% of the way through the journey. And for me, I'm pretty comfortable that if I'm 80% of the way to anything, it's a lot better than not having started at all. I'd love to hear some of your comments, your thoughts, your reflections on the year. Share with them by emailing me, or you can go to our social media site. Love to hear about the reflections. Thanks again for subscribing to homeschool-curriculum.org over the last year.